Hello everybody and welcome to even more exciting LEGO 2017 news. It seems as if, as we've been getting into the end of the year of 2016, it's been just kind of non-stop 2017 news every couple days, releasing pictures of entire new waves of sets that we hadn't seen prior. Because today, what I'm going to be talking about is the unveiling of the full wave of LEGO Batman movie sets. Finally, we get to see them all. Now, this is interesting, because just like a day or so ago, we reported on the fact that the sets have already begun to make their way into Target stores, nationwide, in the US at least, without even knowing what the full wave looked like. You can search up in the database all the names, which is kind of a first. I'm sure it's happened before once or twice, but it's because this is for a movie. They're being very secretive with the sets. They've only managed to have pictures be released when the sets are actually being sold, which is an impressive feat. So they get a thumbs up for that. So let's talk about these sets real quick. Let's just kind of run through them. We've got the Joker Balloon Escape set, which you've already seen pictures of prior. We talked about it on the latest Brick Feed podcast. Very small, just Batman and Joker, which is pretty cool, I gotta say, since Joker's often Batman's main villain. The fact that you can get both Batman and Joker in the smallest set of the wave is pretty impressive, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be pretty happy about that. Then we've got Mr. Freeze Ice Attack, which we have also seen prior and discussed. Mr. Freeze is in a mech made out of mixel joints, very similar to the Nexo Knight's battle suits, to be honest with you. And it's got his icy aesthetic, and he's going up against Batman, and there's a security guard trapped in ice. You know, it's really cool. Small scale set, cool looking mech. Mr. Freeze and Batman, good set all around. Now we're moving into new territory with the Catwoman Cat Cycle Chase featuring Batgirl, Robin, and Catwoman. Batgirl and Robin are chasing after Catwoman, who's on a rather formulaic motorcycle. You know, it's kind of getting hard to tell all the LEGO motorcycles apart from each other nowadays, and the action themes and movie themes or whatever, but it doesn't look bad. It's a cool little cycle, and the minifigures are quite excellent. You can get both Robin and Batgirl in this set alongside Catwoman, who looks pretty cool, by the way. Good, all around. Pretty good set. Another new set. This one, I'm sure, is going to make a lot of people very happy. We've got the Riddler Racer. Nice alliteration there. You got Batman, the Riddler, Magpie, Calendar Man, and Kite Man. Kite Man. Now, I imagine we're going to be discussing these sets a lot on the Brick Feed podcast with people who know far more about comics than I do. But I'd be willing to wager that Kite Man and, you know, Calendar Man, they're not exactly, you know, A-list Batman villains, but I think it's very cool that they're incorporating a lot of probably very recognizable characters from the comics into this movie. And I think it's going to make a lot of people very happy. I already see a bunch of posts talking about Kite Man. People are ecstatic to see him, so, you know, more variety the better. We've seen way too many variants of Batman's main foes. I'm liking that we're getting some variety in his enemies. Now, we've got Clayface Splat Attack, which was leaked a couple days ago from the instruction booklets of the sets, which are available at Target. This set's basically just a giant Clayface, with the mayor being trapped in clay and Batman's there fighting Clayface. When I first saw this set in the instruction booklet, I didn't really... Clayface wasn't my first thought, basically. It looked almost like a golden creature, but after seeing the set in vivid detail in these HD pictures, I can very clearly see what they were going for. I think it's a very, very, very creative build, and I think they pulled it off pretty nicely, I gotta say. I like the fact that the stud launchers are kind of built into his arms. I think that's a very clever design choice, and all in all, pretty awesome set, gotta say. Now we move on to the Batmobile, featuring, well, you know, the new Batmobile with Man-Bat, and I think they're called the Kabuki Twins, which I thought, based on our prior discussion, were Penguins people, but they're here with Man-Bat for some reason, who I don't think... Correct me if I'm wrong, is that the same Man-Bat minifigure that was released prior in that one set with, like, the Bat Chopper or whatever it was? I kind of forget, it's been so long. I would think his design would be updated slightly for the movie, and it wouldn't just be the same minifigure, but I don't have a picture of the old minifigure in front of me, so I turn to people more informed than I am. Comment section, answer my question, please. But overall, cool Batmobile. Very unique from what we are used to seeing. Very unique take on the Batmobile. I'm not sure, you know, if it's supposed to be a direct interpretation of any kind of Batmobile from prior Batman movies or comics or whatever, but I think it looks pretty awesome. Very unique, very imposing. Pretty great build. Now we get the Joker's notorious lowrider, which we've seen before. It's Joker, Harley Quinn, and Batgirl, and this really, really cool Joker lowrider car, which is very unique from what we've seen prior. I want to get this set. It looks pretty awesome, and it's got a very unique visual design. I just think it's firing on all cylinders. I think it's very, very cool, and deserves a lot of credit for being unique. Plus, I mean, that Harley Quinn minifigure, the Joker minifigure, awesome, awesome designs. The next one's new. One of the bigger sets, Killer Croc's Tailgater. Pretty cool set. It's Killer Croc has a truck, and he's got a couple of other, probably, lesser-known Batman villains like Tarantula and Zebra Man. I'm gonna have to ask Kai if he knows who these characters are. I'm sure he does. And a very new, very intricate-looking Big Fig for Killer Croc. Very different from the one we've gotten prior. He's got what look to be hands that feature articulation in the fingers. I could be wrong on that. They could be pre-bent, but it doesn't look like they are. I think they can open and close the fingers and put them into different poses. Chains around his wrists. And, as far as Big Figs go, I'd say this one is one of the better ones we've seen. It just looks very, very formidable. And the truck looks pretty cool, too. It's got like a cow skull on the front, which is a nice touch. And, Batman's there, too, obviously. You get the Scuttler, which we talked about at length on the Breakfeed podcast. One of the biggest sets from the wave. Probably the flagship vehicle set. Batman, Batgirl, Joker. Not Batgirl, actually, it's Barbara Gordon, not in her Batgirl uniform. Joker's there, Poison Ivy's there, Commissioner Gordon. Then there's Dick Grayson, and obviously, as I already said, Batman. Cool set. Very cool set. And then, the last one for the wave. We've already seen it before. The Batcave break-in, featuring the Batcave and Penguin assaulting the Batcave. There's a bunch of different Batman suits down in the Batcave, which is a nice touch. Don't really know what they're supposed to represent. And it's just great all around, even though the Penguin does use ducks for some reason instead of penguins. But, I mean, he does have penguins, but, he has a Duckmobile for some strange reason. Either way, that's that. Those are all the sets for the LEGO Batman movie. What do you guys think? Are you pretty happy with the assortment of sets in this wave? Do you wish there was some other character that was represented in minifigure form? You think maybe we'll even get a second wave, because we did with the LEGO movie, and we may see some more characters from the film there? Like, I know Bane was in the trailer, and Bane's nowhere to be seen here, so maybe in the future, who knows? But post your thoughts in the comments section below or on the TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com, and stay tuned for more exciting LEGO 2017 news as it develops. Goodbye.